Heart of Showcase. I believe that's what it's called. It's a spoken word. It will be held at the Butterfly Cafe, inshallah, in Roxbury on the 24th of November. Brothers and sisters, Arafat Akbar.
Just bear with me momentarily. But once again, can I get that round of applause? You see how awake we are right now?
The chair is on my thing.
All right. So one I want to say, I want to thank, of course, I want to thank Allah first, and then I want to thank Isnu for this opportunity. It's really good to, be share the same stage with my sister. That's a pleasure, and that hasn't happened before. Oh no, I don't need a projector. Sorry, I didn't realize we were projecting. That's fine. You shall not see my messy desktop, no sir. All right, so I'm going to do some pieces that are all about. They all relate to relationships, and hopefully in a universal way. It's not like necessarily a relationship between a man and a woman or a husband and wife, but just relationships in general. So I'm going to start off with a very basic poem that I wrote recently. But before I start, I want to make sure people are listening. Let me hear that round of applause again. Thank you, I appreciate that. All right, so this first short poem is called New Balance. And anybody that knows me knows I have like 20 pairs of New Balance. I got every color, every whatever, and I'm not very like superficial or really into like sneakers and stuff like that, but I got a really good deal. I got New Balance for $7. And so I'm like, you can't beat that. You gotta buy like 30 New Balance when that's $7. And so I really did. And so this one is called New Balance with a K, as in New Balance. And just a quick explanation of it. It's about, sometimes you don't understand things because you don't understand the perspective in terms of relationships. Sometimes we don't see the perspective that someone is coming from, and so we might label it wrong. But once you sort of understand where they're coming from, there's sort of there's something that ties us all in together, and it's not necessarily wrong. It's just the angle that we're looking from. It might make it seem a little bit odd. So this is called New Balance. Human beings are different parts of a body. The body is walking on a tightrope called life. To walk the rope, the body needs to maintain balance. The feet and the legs call the arms in balance, because to the feet and the legs, balance means hug the rope, hug the center of the rope. The hands and the arms call the feet and the legs in balance, because to the hands and the arms, balance means spread out and keep moving. The torso says none of them are balanced, because to the torso, balance means face forward and stay steady. The brain hears this and calls them all in balance, because to the brain, balance means them all working together. Human beings are different parts of a body. The body is walking on a tightrope called life. To walk the rope, the body, the entire body, needs to maintain balance. All right. Is that cool? Let me keep going. I actually do want to tell you a little bit about myself, because I think this is important. And this piece I'm getting ready to read is pretty much my main piece. So I do want to say a few words before this one as well. So, who am I? My name is Arafat Akbar. I am a father, I am an entrepreneur, I have a business called LightSpeed Entertainment. And what does LightSpeed Entertainment do? We focus on socially or community conscious entertainment. And that's because entertainment has a power to heal. I feel like music and entertainment has a way of bypassing the blocks that the brain puts up and tapping right into the spirit, the subconscious spirit, if you want to call it. And so, I do want to read an ayat. I want to read an excerpt from Surah Al-Shu'ara, because being a Muslim, I fought with choosing entertainment as a career, because I felt like some part of me was violating something about my spirituality, right? Because maybe I wasn't giving to God by doing music, right? So I went through this journey where I stopped doing music for a period of time because I thought it was a violation. But there was an excerpt in the Quran that actually brought me back to my music and brought me back with power, because it actually informed my music and informed my entertainment and gave me direction. And so I'm going to read that excerpt from this ayah. So it's from Surah 26, which is Al-Shu'ara. And it goes like this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Shall I tell you on whom it is that the demons descend? They descend on every lying, wicked person. They pour hearsay, vanities, and most of them are liars. And the poets, it is those straying in evil who follow them. Do you not see that they wander distracted in every valley, and that they say what they practice not? Except those who believe, work righteousness, engage much in the remembrance of Allah, and defend themselves only after they are unjustly attacked. And soon will the unjust assailants know what vicissitudes their affairs will take. And so that excerpt right there really gave me power in what I do, because it talks badly about the poets. Do you not see that they spread vanities and they do not practice what they say and do, except for those who are righteous? And so, it's a fine line. I'm not a scholar, so to say. Maybe in my own right, I've studied a lot of Quran, but I'm not, in the technical terms, a scholar. So people may differ in that opinion of, is it okay to do music in the form that I do? But I felt like that excerpt really spoke to me. And so I'm going to do a piece, and this one is about friendships and it's about relationships. And sometimes it may come off negative, but it's not if you pay attention. The reason why is because sometimes when you want to fix a problem, you have to mention the negative. You have to say what is going wrong. And so this poem is called, I renamed it and now I have the wrong label on here. The poem is called, The Enemy of Relationships. But I spelled enemy with an I, the enemy of relationships. Because I feel like the back talking and the bickering and the gossiping and all the things, the superficial things we see that destroy the relationships that we have come from the inside. When you look at your inside, that is where you fix your relationships. Because your relationships are a reflection of your inside. You choose your friends based on the reflection of yourself. And so this one is from the perspective of that bad friend who manipulates and who treats people unkindly and that sort of thing and talks about people. But it represents a little bit of all of us, and that's how I would hope we look at it. So here we go. I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend to the end, but I'll be lucky if I can be your friend to the end of the year, the end of the week, the end of our next conversation. I want to be a friend, but all I can be is friendly, friend-ish. I was never your friend. If I was a friend, I could say that I liked what you thought and felt, but the truth is I only liked how I thought and felt around you. If I was a friend, I could say I knew the real you, but I didn't know the real you, and I never wanted to know the real you because the real you wasn't the person I needed to see you as. I'm sorry if it appeared like I was running after friendship. I was really running away from myself. I wasn't looking for a friend. I was looking for a Band-Aid, but you couldn't be my Band-Aid if I saw you as a person, so I never acknowledged your persona. I'm sorry, but it wasn't personal, because you were never a real person to me. You were just an imaginary friend, an escape vehicle that I used to get away from myself. You were just a screen, a blank screen that I could project a lie onto. And you were never a person to me. You were a piece of clay that I used to shape my false reality. This was never about friendship. This was about benefits, and it wasn't mutual. I was wounded, and I didn't care who or what I used as a painkiller as long as it took the pain away. I never wanted to lie to you. Lying to you was just the byproduct of me lying to myself. And I would rather lie to myself than look in the mirror, so I smashed every mirror in sight and created a new world out of clay where I would never have to see my ugly face again. I packed layer upon layer of clay over anything that reminded me of the truth until I completely buried reality. Lies became my truth, and my actions became lies. Acting like I was better than others was my way of saying I feel good. Gossiping about people was my way of saying I'm special. And targeting the imperfections of good people was my way of saying they are just as small as me. And it wasn't personal. I wasn't smashing their reputations. I was smashing mirrors. I had to smash every mirror in sight because I couldn't accept anything that forced me to reflect, including you. I never wanted to be manipulative and judge and talk badly about you, but you were trying to keep it real. And you were never supposed to be real. Clay isn't supposed to reflect. It's supposed to be dull and bendable. And I'm not friends with real people. I'm friends with objects, and I favor any object that is too dull to reveal my reflection, because it's easier to be something else when there's nothing to remind you of what you are. There was a reason I never looked directly at you. And when you forced me to look, and I saw my reflection in your eyes, just like every other mirror in life, you had to be broken, and it wasn't personal. I wasn't trying to attack you. I was defending myself against the truth. I know you were just trying to be a real friend, but you never knew how to be my friend. If you were a friend, you could say that you liked the things I thought and felt, but the truth is you only liked what you thought I felt. If you were a friend, you could say you knew the real me, but you didn't know the real me because I never showed you the real me. All I showed you was my imagination and a fantasy molded from the clay of my insecurities. How could anyone be a friend to me when I'm not even strong enough to lift my eyes in front of a mirror? And how could I be a friend to anyone when I'm not even a friend to myself? So thank you very much. That poem had a dark edge to it, but it was like the confession of the bad friend, to sort of hopefully convey the psychological side of a bad friend, or someone who may come off as bad or be rude or that sort of thing, because it's an internal thing. Like a lot of times we're the victims of people who are unfriendly or rude or that sort of thing, but they're really rude to themselves, and we catch the backlash of that. And sometimes it's just good to understand where that's coming from, because then you might be more likely to forgive someone and have compassion, because you'll understand that they're not trying to damage you. They're in the process of damaging themselves, if that makes sense. So my last piece is something that I actually wrote for my daughter, who was sitting over there. She's not really paying attention because she's almost get to. But this is something that I hope one day she'll look back and say, you know, maybe there'll be some wisdom in it that she can use, or maybe it'll just be a smile, you know? But this is something that I wrote around a little while ago. And it's called Always Remember. It deals with humanity and our universal connection, how we're all connected to each other. Okay, always remember. We are members of a team. What's yours is mine. What's not over? We are members of a team. What's mine is yours. What's yours is ours. What's good for me is good for you. And what's good for you is good for us. You win if we win. Always remember. If you forget your name, I might laugh and call you silly. If you forget your birthday, I might say that's odd, and I might forget to get you a gift. But at the end of the day, I might say everybody forgets things, and forgetting never killed anybody, right? Seems true, but maybe not. On second thought, there's one thing it's never okay to forget. Never forget what you are. Never forget you are human, because once you forget your humanity, you forget everything it is connected to. And since it's connected to everything, you will forget about everything, even life. You will forget what created you, you will forget your nature, and you will destroy what is natural. You will forget that you came from a man and a woman, and you will forget the men and women you came from. You will forget your mother and father, your teachers, helpers, and friends. You will forget that trees help you breathe, and you will cut them down. You will forget the earth is under your feet, and you will trample her. You will forget that you are an animal, and you will cage and enslave them. You will forget that you are a person, then you will not remember the people. People need other people to survive, and life is a give and take. Forget that, and you will take, and take, and take. And when people give, you will take, and take, and take kindness for weakness, and take people for granted, and take life as a joke, and you will help others to forget. Forget caring, forget giving, forget nature, forget loving, and you will say, forget people, forget money, get rich, get nice cars, get clothes, get jewelry, get yours, not get ours, get yours. If you forget that, if you forget that you are part of them, you will surely hurt them. If you forget that we need you to spell us, you will surely hurt us. Baby, life is not only yours, it is everything. And if you forget that life is not only yours, you will hurt everything, including yourself. Don't ever forget you are human, but people are human, so if you forget, it's never too late to remember. Life is a body, and every part is a member. And everything that can be dismembered can be remembered. Life and purpose can be remembered. Balance and nature can be remembered. Humans and humanity can be remembered. We are members of a team. What's mine is yours, what's yours is ours. What's good for me is good for you, and what's good for you is good for us. You win if we win. Always remember. So thank you. That concludes my pieces. I hope you did enjoy. And in closing, I just want to mention one thing, and this will be really quick. I know we're behind on time. So, you know, I do a lot of community events and that sort of thing, and I try to, what I try to do is slip the medicine in the ice cream, as I kind of explained earlier, with, you know, entertainment that inspires people to heal. And so I do have, we have open mics and those sort of events happening every month. And then we have started a poet society, actually 2 poet societies. One is just a general poet society, and then one is an Islamic poet society because, you know, we want to encourage the Islamic community to also express their voices. So if anyone is interested, please come see me. I'll be here for a little while. And again, thank you for your time and attention.